Hello, everyone. My name is Lexi. This is Sincerely Self Podcast. This is the first Sincerely Self of 2025. Real question is, can we tell that I'm recording this at 1 in the morning? It's actually like 1:30 in the morning that I'm recording this. So, not really off to the best start, but hey, we're here, we're present, and we're going to be uploading the podcast on the day that I said. If you don't follow the Instagram or the TikTok, what are you doing? Hey, why aren't you following that? If you're not following the Instagram or the TikTok, make sure you go follow those because that's a lot of the time where I'll post updates. So, for example, we have a new upload date for 2025. So, the new upload date will be Saturdays instead of Fridays. Just a 1 day difference, all the difference in the world for me. Okay, you guys? I don't know if I've ever gone in here and said this. I've actually gotten this question before. I do all the editing and all the uploading for Sincerely Self. I have had a podcasting company reach out to me in regards to maybe editing and uploading my videos. But so far, right now, I'm the one who's uploading, I'm the one who's editing. It's kind of a lot when I'm also working and stuff. So, to keep it consistent, Saturdays are going to be our new uploading days. I hate to be the one to say it. I think I've matured a ton because tell me why, like, I don't know. I had this epiphany. I had it repeatedly for the past like 2 months, I'd say, where I'm just having this realization of like, I was pretty toxic in like some of my friendships and some of my falling outs with people. Like, I kind of was like so immature with the way that I handled things. Like, I literally looked back and read my texts with like some people, and I'm like, I was like a piece of shit, like, to be honest. Anyways, had this realization that I played a toxic part in a lot of cycles in my life. And honestly, it's been kind of freeing to be like just super immature, super unexperienced in life. Honestly, I think we all go through that stage. But I decided, let's talk about New Year's resolutions. That's what I'm getting to, okay? I'm like jumping ahead. From kind of what I was saying before, a New Year's resolution I have is to take accountability of where I went wrong in falling outs with people. Really. Now let's get into kind of what is the importance of setting goals. Like, I'm telling you, like, these are my New Year's resolutions. Okay. Everybody says that they have New Year's resolutions. A lot of the time it's like reading more, going to the gym, like things like that. You need to set realistic goals for yourself first. So, like, I was talking to my boyfriend earlier and we were talking about goals, and he was telling me that he's gonna make monthly goals first, like, at least for the first couple of months, like January goals, February goals, because sometimes, like, setting yearly goals feels kind of overwhelming. Like, that's 12 months worth of goals. So, setting monthly goals is a really good stepping stone to being able to feel ready to set yearly goals. So, like, one of my monthly goals for January is to wake up a little bit earlier than I need to so then I can take my time getting ready in the morning. So, yeah, the importance of goals is it just kind of gives us something to work towards. If you don't have anything to work towards, you're not going to feel motivated. So, a mainstream for motivation a lot of the time is goals, short-term goals and long-term goals. We're going to be talking about creating your dream life, okay? This is a life that you want to live. But let me preface this by saying, my friend Jade, I've had Jade on here before, she shared a post that said something along the lines of, you don't have to try and be a different person, just a better version of yourself. Like, new year, same you, but better. That's kind of the mindset that I like to have. You're keeping the positive aspects of every single version of you and even the negative versions of you, but you're able to heal them a little bit more with each year that's passing because we are human. Nobody is ever going to be perfect, but we can get to a life that we feel more comfortable with and more passionate about. So, let's get into how to create your dream life, starting with this year of 2025, setting those goals. The first thing I'm going to say is going to start off with a little bit of a story. So, I'm going to tell you that you need to try things even when they feel scary, unfamiliar, and hard, because those are sometimes the best opportunities that are hidden. And let me tell you an example. I talked about my friend Chelsea in, I think it was last week's episode, kind of my encounter meeting her, how it was like divine timing, whatever, very cool. She has introduced me to some like really cool opportunities, and I was kind of hesitant about them at first because I was scared. It was something new, it was something I hadn't tried before. And I like kind of pushed myself. My boyfriend also was like, you need to just try it. You never know unless you try. And now like I can feel like this is going to be such like a pivotal moment for me, like these connections like I'm gonna make through this interaction that I had. Like I really believe in like words hold power, and so I've stopped kind of telling people so much about what I'm planning to do until it's already done, because people's energy can really affect how things turn out, even if they're not meaning to. Like if other people are feeling too much emotion on a certain outcome for you, like it's going to affect the outcome genuinely. Like, have you ever had where you're super excited about a possible promotion or a possible date, and you tell all these people about it, and then you don't get the promotion or the date gets canceled? Like all of a sudden, and it's like, well, that's embarrassing. I literally just told everyone about this. Do not tell people things you're working on until it's done. So like I've stopped telling people extreme details, even like my close friends, until I'm done with it, just because even if they're not meaning to, people's energy can affect things, okay? So keep things to yourself until you have completed it. That was kind of a random tangent, but yeah. Now let's get into vision boards or a prayer board, really whatever one you would like to do. Prayer board is like the things that you pray to God for. And as you're praying, you're also like making this vision board for it so that you're constantly seeing the prayers that God is answering for you. Vision board is kind of the same idea, but it's surrounding yourself with images of the type of life that you would like to, images and quotes of things that you want to bring into your life. And just the repetition of looking at it, you manifest it. You manifest what you are thinking and looking at regularly. So for me, I make a vision board for every single month on Pinterest. So I'll go and I'll save like quotes or affirmations that I want to embrace in this next month. I'll save pictures of things that I want to embrace in the next month. So if I want to spend more quality time with my friends, I'll put pictures of like friends in there because that's an aspect I want. Or if I want to decorate my apartment, I'll put pictures of like the type of decor I want. Or if I want to spend more time with my boyfriend, like I'll put pictures of like a couples, because that's like the type of thing I want to manifest into my month. Or if I want to earn money, I'll put literally like pictures of dollars bills. It's manifesting whatever you want. So like I use Pinterest and I do a monthly one and also a yearly one. So I did one for January and I did one for 2025, and I even update it throughout the month as I'm like scrolling. But you can also print them out and make it and hang it up in your room, really however you want to do it. You can make a folder on your camera roll of all these pictures, but that's just kind of the way that I do it. And it just helps you manifest the desires and the things that you want into that month, because those are the things that you're focusing on. It also helps you realize what are the things you want to focus on and what are the things that are important to you. Because sometimes, unless we sit down and actually think about it, we don't really know what it is that we want in life. So this kind of helps you clear things up. Next thing is consistent goals. We've already talked a lot about goals, so I'm not going to get into it, but goals need to be realistic and for the betterment of you. The next thing is like having mentors. So, like, this can be in person, but also on social media. So, like, I don't in person know anybody. Well, actually, I know one person who has a podcast. And other than that, I don't really know anyone in person that I can go to and be like, okay, like, what platform do you use to upload on? Like, how are you editing your clips? Like, all those things. Like, I don't know. I don't really have anyone in person that I can go to that advice for. So I go to podcasters on the internet that I look up to. So like Jay Shetty, I look up to, Leo Skeppy, I look up to, Wizard Liz, I look up to. These are creators that I aspire to be how they are. And so I look to them as a mentor because I want to follow in their footsteps. You know what I mean? Like I want to be successful like they are, and I love the way that they're doing it very authentically, and that's the type of energy that I want to bring into my podcast as well. So that's why I watch those type of creators. So even the creators that you watch, I think you become what you look at on social media. Especially, we're all surrounding ourselves with social media. So if you're watching content creators that like you want to be like you genuinely look up to them, what better way, you know what I mean? So it's inspiration for you, and it helps them. So it's a win-win for everybody. Next is affirmations. You guys know I'm huge on affirmations. They really help you create your reality, okay? And they just really help you feel better. So for me, I recently this year I got an affirmation journal again. I used to do it every single night and then I really got out of it in 2024. So I'm bringing it back in 2025, okay? We're going to do our affirmation journal again and basically I just write down. So this is kind of like an outline of what I did for this episode, but I'll just write down on my notebook just different affirmations. Sometimes I'll just think of some. Sometimes there will be ones on Pinterest or Instagram that I really, really like, but it can be affirmations on anything. When I was trying to get myself mentally ready to do the podcast, because you guys, believe it or not, like, yeah, I'm yapping to you now, but I was so scared to do this. I was scared of what other people would think the very, very most. I come from a very small town. Everybody knows each other. And so me doing something like this, like, I know people will probably talk, which is fine. But like, I used to care so much about what other people thought about what I did. And I used affirmations to help me get over it. Like, I am worthy of being seen. I help people. My words matter. My words are able to help other people. I can use my platform for good. Like, these are affirmations I was telling myself to help me feel more confident to start the podcast. So at first I was so scared. Like, there's been a couple times I've done episodes with guests and they're like, I'm kind of nervy. And I'm like, girl, I was too. Like, it's a really scary thing to kind of show your authentic self in such a vulnerable way. But kind of something I realized from doing the podcast and like actually pursuing it, even though I was so scared, is that you're never going to know unless you try. Like, would it have been embarrassing if I would have failed with the podcast? Maybe. But like, how many people are willing to try? How many people are willing to try and do something like that? Like, not many, okay? Not many people are willing to sacrifice their pride and their ego and looking dumb to achieve what they want. So I think the biggest advice that I can give you is, regardless of what you think other people are going to think, do what you want to do, because it takes a lot of grit and it takes a lot of strength to be able to pursue something, even though it may be something that other people might talk about. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my advice with that. All right, you guys, I'm going to end the episode here. This one's a little bit of a shorter one because I tend to do longer episodes with guests just because I want y'all to hear everything they have to say. You know what I mean? So I'm going to end the episode here. Next week, we will be having a guest, which is super exciting. It's somebody who is so near and dear to my heart. And oh my God, I'm so excited. I just know her story is going to literally, like, it literally rocked my world. Like, I'm so excited for you guys to hear it and learn from her and her experiences. So be excited for next week. I hope this kind of helps you guys get everything prepped for the new year. Comment down below what some of your goals, your resolutions are for the new year, some of your January goals. Tell me some of the things that you're working on. If you try any of these methods, let me know how it worked for you. I'm so excited to see what Sincerely Self has to bring in 2025. I feel like I say this in every single episode. I'm just so grateful, you guys. Like, I never in my wildest dreams imagined the podcast to be where it is right now. Like, really. And so the fact that we're at the point that we're at, I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to help so many people. Like, I think this is healing for me, and I know it's healing for a lot of you. So I hope we can all just keep healing together in 2025 and learning from each other and learning from each other's experiences. So I will see you guys next week.